reason why you
Pelican
have,
Bay.
the only reason why you have those signs a bit larger is because you're wearing.
Otherwise, I'd be in Pelican Bay.
That's right. We just want the $1 billion back.
It's horrible.
The sign, as it stands, is too big. It's supposed to be 8.5 by 11. It's the only time you can display a sign.
Because India needs to find the $1 billion because a federal judge wants to find it. I think we should call Kevin and have him investigate where that money went because he needs to know where it was. Once he got rid of Kevin, he stole all the money.
He took it with him to Mexico.
I hope so.
After all, what was the mafia guy, Sam Giancana, the Mexican government, drained him. He went to Mexico and then he got drained by the Mexican government.
You can have those signs if you're wearing it.
Back in the 60s, Sam Giancana, God.
And that's only because the city attorney said that's an expression.
The city attorney doesn't know what he's talking about.
Otherwise, it's not allowed. It has to be
The
8.5
city
by 11.
attorney's
8.5 by
insane.
11.
Don't listen to him, Noodle. Noodle, don't listen to the cops. They're not going to help you.
Maybe I should come in here naked. Just with
The
that
FBI's
sign.
going to help you. You can go to the
Thanks.
FBI.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think you'll
It's
definitely
about
be
to go to
offending
the
somebody.
FBI today. After the
I
meeting.
think so, for sure.
You can go to the FBI.
I think so.
Don't be afraid, Isabella. You can go to the feds. You can tell us where the stolen money is.
Thank you for your cooperation, gentlemen.
Okay. Bye-bye, LAPD.
Oh, but she'll love Fontana. Imagine, they'll be having new broom handles. And when the broom handles get put inside them, they'll be getting splinters in their pussies. You know?
Is that all you stole? You only stole $1 billion? $1 billion is a lot of money. But you can go to the feds, Isabella.
One, two, a quorum of two. Where's the third person? I know Blumenfield was heading to his Jewish country club, so now where are the others?
I got the
Where's
answer.
Price? Oh, he's with his lawyer before he goes to prison. Oh, okay. Blumenfield. Who's the other one that didn't show up?
Robin Below?
Blumen.
Missouri.
Oh, God.
Adrian.
Oh, man. He's getting payoff money. The developers giving him his payoff money today.
Well, what they're giving him is a house outside of LA and still making him work as a cop inside of LA while they get... How does that happen? How can a detective
Well, that,
or an officer work in LA and then full-time live outside of LA?
Well, that's the Beverly Hills Police Department won that case years ago because they sued and said they couldn't afford housing. That's why you don't have to be a city resident.
I wonder if they mean if a detective making $350,000 a year plus overtime, if that's not being able to afford it.
I'm just saying the ruling case. But if, let's say, Curran Price doesn't live in LA and he's on the, you've got him probably for perjury and signing the paper. That's where you get them is the perjury because they're signing it under penalty of perjury. Do you care if your next car is made by them, their license plate, or somebody else? I hear those are the prime jobs in the prison system. I've actually heard that from reports.
It's actually a pretty good one.
There used to be those people that made the cigarettes, but now that the cigarettes are no longer. You get gain time for working, good time and gain time.
Yep.
The intent of that law is to serve your time and get out. I remember interning for somebody in the legislature when I was about 20. I just rewrote something to up the number of years, and this guy was going to, you got to serve X number of time, and this killed the whole bill. And they just let it go through, and changing a couple numbers could have been gavelled through quickly. But he ruined it. He ruined what I thought was. That basically would have given more time for your prison. Instead of 5 years, you give him 10 years.
Very upset yesterday, Isabel. You should talk to Deidre. He's very mad at you, and that's what I heard.
Interesting. This is the people are asking what it is. This is the Los Angeles Housing and Homelessness Committee.
With 2 members.
He's going in the back.
That's what this is.
So let's see. Hi, Noodle.
Someone's just gonna have a shout out. Maybe.
$1 billion is trying to find the money. What's Swiss bank account? Just put the number down on a piece of paper. I'll give it to Judge Carter.
there it is.
Oh!
He decided to show up. Lazy Bob. Lazy Bob.
Okay, welcome everyone. This meeting has started. Please be quiet. Thank you. Welcome to another very exciting meeting of the Housing and Homelessness Committee. Today is Wednesday, March 19th. So far we have council members Blumenfield and Verano. Mr. Verano, can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Vaughn.
Here.
Councilmember Frost.
Here.
Councilmember Price. Absent. Councilmember Blumenfield. Councilmember Nazari. Absent. 3 members and 4 Madam Chair.
Okay, great. Today we have 13 items on the agenda, and I think we can move through these fairly quickly. It's a lot of stuff, and usually we try to keep homelessness and housing on separate days, but we've missed a couple meetings, so we're doing kind of a catch-up, and hopefully we can start next week fresh, back to our regular schedule. Item 1 is, and 2 are appointments of Rafael Aguilar and Christopher Reynoso to different commissions, HACLA and to the Affordable Housing Commission. Item 3 is a CAO report on the Encampment Resolution Fund awards, of which the city has won quite a number. Item 4 is our 27th roadmap report and funding recommendations. Item 5 is a presentation and recommendations from LAHD on the Affordable Housing and Management Pipeline, which sounds wonky, but is really just a plan for us for how we spend our dollars related to affordable housing in the city. Item 6 is a bond issuance for a 54-unit building, PSH building in CD 15. Item 7 is a report on a new tiny home village in CD 13. Item 8 is the revised resident council ordinance. Item 9 is an update from
Absent 3 members and a quorum.
I had it on too many phones.
Budget cycle. Item 10 is a motion that allows LAHD to spend down funds for the emergency services grant for homeless services. Item 11 are CAO and CLA reports on coordination with the county for 34 multidisciplinary teams that are operating in the city related to the Alliance settlement. Item 12 is a report, is a motion asking for a report back from LAHD on options to address applicants who qualify for our renters assistance program but who receive funds. And item 13 is a CAO report for interim housing that falls under the Alliance settlement. So with that, let's move to public comment.
To the members of the public, when it's your turn to speak, please state the name you would sign up under, list of the agenda items you would like to speak on, and or whether you would like to provide general public comment. You have 1 minute per item, up to 2 minutes total for items on the agenda, and 1 minute for general public comment if you wish. For a maximum speaking time of up to 3 minutes per person. Please speak to the agenda items before beginning the general public comment. We will inform you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not speaking on topic or you cannot tell whether you are on topic, you'll get 1 brief warning from me or the committee chair. If you do not immediately get clearly on topic or to stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your time and we'll move on to the next speaker.
Great. So I'll follow the speakers. If you could move to make your way to the right, to your left. And then you can come up to the podium. Amy Navarez, Brad West, Cesar Galvez, Donald Harlan, Jenny DeHango, Lauren Harper, Lena Sullivan. If any of you are here, please make your way to the side of the chambers. Welcome, your name and Your name and the items you're speaking on?
Yes, my name is Amy. I'm speaking on item 8 and general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute for the item, 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm giving comment in support of Rights Council. My name is Amy Benavides. I am a renter in District 8 and also work for SAGE and the House LA program. I strongly support both by Rights Council ordinance and I support the ordinance as drafted. Rights Council and other cities across regions is going to save the city money, prevent homelessness, and reduce the number of evictions. I work directly with tenants in the city of LA who have either been represented by an attorney through the city of LA or have not been able to be represented by an attorney. And I see the great need. Those who have representation are more likely to win their case against unjust evictions and harassment by their landlords. So I strongly urge and encourage you to vote in favor and appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay, next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on? Your name, sir?
César Galvez.
Cesar, okay. What item you're speaking on?
Yo vengo a hablar acerca del número 8.
Okay.
I'm here to talk in terms of number 8.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead, sir.
Tiene un minuto adelante, señor.
Estoy de acuerdo porque en algunas ciudades se ha podido demostrar que les ahorra dinero el ayudar con representación legal a personas que están a punto de ser sacadas de sus viviendas.
Okay.
I'm in favor of it because lots of cities have shown that it actually saves the city money to have representation for people who are fighting eviction.
Y durante los últimos 25 años he vivido en el mismo lugar. El 1 de abril tengo que dejar el lugar. No encuentro dónde irme porque todo está muy caro. Y entiendo muy bien lo que se siente que uno tenga que abandonar una vivienda cuando no es culpa de uno.
I've lived in the same place for the last 25 years, and now on April 1st, I have to leave that space, and I don't have anywhere to go because everything is too expensive. So I understand very well what it's like to have to leave your home.
Because of her.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on?
My name is Brad West. I'll be speaking on item 5, in general public comment.
Okay, 1 minute for the item, 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Brad West with the Supportive Housing Alliance, which is a coalition of a dozen supportive housing developers across Los Angeles. We're speaking on item number 5, strong support and want to give huge thanks to LAHC that work on this policy. Typically, we need to incrementally go to city council to get approvals for our supportive housing projects. The NOPA issued an award of creating of funds, loan documents, supplemental funds for the construction costs, design changes, any AMI or population changes throughout the development process. And each time we have to go back to city council, that can add up to 2 to 3 months on the development timeline, which costs all of us time and money as well. This policy, I guess, streamlines what could be an 8-step process into a 2-step process. And we see the streamlined process adopted not only in WLA, but in Santa Monica and the city of New York. So it's a very smart policy, it's a very prudent policy, and we're in strong support of it today. Hopefully we can pass item number 5. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on? Okay. You can start this time. Thank you.
Nigga, all items and non-agenda public.
Go ahead, your time starts.
The Los Angeles Housing Department reports reveal that Proposition bitch, has failed to provide adequate housing for every motherfucker that's homeless. A shelter is not sustainable housing. Judge David O. Carter told you guys for the record, suck a dick like this one, but I didn't bring one this time. I couldn't bring a dick into this room because our dicks are before me, right, Bob? And Bob, you know what I'm talking about when I say dicks. I'm talking about dick grow shops. We need more of those to support homelessness, to provide some chairs, tents, and camping gear to sustain ourselves in affordable cookie soup. But, according to item number 6, the tariffs don't represent us, it represents the criminal element of Los Angeles City, number 6 is CD15, Mr. Tim Dixter, Mr. Attorney. Another dick for the record. And on top of all these issues, I suggest that if you're going to have a barrier to navigate Eagle Rock Center, then provide housing. Otherwise, a dirty nigger like me will have to call you out on everything you build from here on. Because there's nothing affordable. You cannot live in luxury apartments. You cannot buy affordable goddamn condos on Broadway and suck a dick without having to work 2 jobs. So get it straight.
What did Mr. Bob Lucas say to you again? Your hair is beautiful. Oh my God, look at these different colors of hair. Why, Bob?
Now to my non-agenda public comment. Brandenburg versus Ohio. Yes, US 395 444 1969. When I was in Washington visiting with Obama, 8 years that nigger did not provide us anything adequate to provide HHH, you bitches. And at the same time, 4 years later, another dickhead by the name of your 46th president stepped into the picture like that dumb first black mayor, Karen Bass, who hasn't done a goddamn thing right to make housing affordable. So when we go into housing, Juanito, I suggest in the first district, you start there.
Yeah, that's the puppet guy.
One hotel in the name of Robin.
Next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on. And I'm going to call a couple of other speakers. Shane Henson, Tomasa Martinez, Jessica Prieto, and Mona Al-Abadi. You can make your way to the right and up to the podium. Next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on.
My name is Laura Harper, and I'm speaking on a general public comment.
Okay, 1 minute and 1 minute. Go ahead.
I work with the Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles as the data manager for the State House LA program. We're very excited to see the latest version of the right to counsel ordinance. Thank you to all council members who have voted yes on this ordinance up to this point, and for Councilor Rock's leadership on the ordinance for the last 2 years. State House LA began in 2020 with just 24 attorneys. We've since grown to over 80 attorneys, and are continuing to grow towards providing a full right to counsel in the city of LA. We're currently in the 2nd year of our right to counsel zip code phase-in plan. At the beginning of this year, we were able to add in 8 new zip codes due to our increased capacity to represent tenants. This ordinance will enable State House LA to continue our vital work and envision events and grow our program to represent every eligible tenant. Thank you.
My name is Lena Sullivan, and I'm speaking on item 8 in general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm a tenant organizer with Stage and State House LA, who are desperately looking for a lawyer in their eviction case. Tenants in unincorporated LA company already have a contract with counsel, and it feels so good to tell them, yes, there is help for you. I know a lawyer who's not going to be alone in this process. However, when tenants in LA City come to us desperate because they're in the eviction process, it feels awful to tell them, you know, maybe if you get really lucky, you might be able to be connected to a lawyer, but ultimately you're going to be on your own in the process. The eviction court system is incredibly confusing, stressful, and intense. It is extremely difficult for tenants to represent themselves, especially if they're elders, disabled, and/or don't speak English. And while education tools for self-representation help, it's absolutely not enough, and it's an imperative that tenants have a right to a lawyer. So, Right to Counsel in other cities have recruited to reduce evictions, prevent homelessness, and ultimately save the city money. Please vote yes on Conway's right.
Next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on.
My name is Mona Al-Abadi, Senior Policy Associate at the Southern California Association of Nonprofit Housing, and speaking with item 5.
Okay, just 1 minute. Go ahead.
This is my first time addressing the community in person, and it's really thank you for your time as well as your staff for their patience in reading all of my emails and taking all of my numerous calls on this item. SCIF strongly supports LEHC's recommendations for a revised managed pipeline process and urges the committee to adopt this item without amendment as soon as possible.
Currently, over 43% of the 45 projects in the city's managed pipeline remain undeveloped, with more than one-third stalled since 2021. By simplifying the process to just 2 steps and allowing LAUSD to make post-award changes without repeating council approvals, we can move stalled projects forward and expedite future much-needed affordable housing. This streamlined approach maintains balanced oversight and keeps the city still in the city council's hands while allowing LAUSD to make project changes as long as they remain or improve the project competitive. We urge the committee to accept the recommendation as presented. Thank you. Next speaker, your name and the items you're speaking on.
Hi, my name is Jessica Rico, Senior Program Manager with the Liberty Hill Foundation. I am discussing the items number 8 and giving general public comment to the Board of Rights Council.
Okay, 1 minute and 1 minute.
As someone who has the privilege to work with 16 community-based organizations and 13 legal service providers who implement the State House LA program for the city of LA, I strongly support the Qualified Right to Counsel ordinance to expand protections to the resident tenants of the city. I am in support of the ordinance as drafted. Right to Counsel in other cities across the nation has proven to save the city money, prevent homelessness, and reduce the number of evictions. I also want to thank Councilman Drummond for your leadership on this critical issue. So far, we have reached over 770,000 tenants just through direct tenant outreach. We posted over 700 workshops, and we provided over 37 of the tenant navigation services. This is just the beginning of the work that we can accomplish with the city of LA by passing Right to Counsel. We will continue to support tenants from unjust evictions, so we ask that the city support tenants by passing Right to Counsel. Thank you.
Speakers, and while you're coming up, let me call out the other speakers: Tommy Pike, Wendy Lopez, Raquel Tellez, Ralston Galvez, Nicholas Lampros. Go ahead, your name and address, speaker.
Hello, my name is Shane Henson. I'll speak on item 8, general public comment. Thank you. Again, my name is Shane Henson. I'm a public policy advocate and legal aid attorney with the Inner City Law Center. Today, I'd like to briefly discuss item 8, the proposed Right to Counsel program.
Pay attention.
Inner City Law Center strongly supports the codified Right to Counsel ordinance as drafted. Right to Counsel in other cities across the nation has proven to save the city money, prevent homelessness, and reduce the number of evictions. I believe it will have the same effect in Los Angeles as well. I also want to thank Councilmember Rahman for her leadership on this critical issue. The difference between a tenant who's facing the loss of their home having an attorney in eviction court is different from night and day in terms of the outcomes for clients. For 3 years, I worked as an attorney in Stanley Moss Courthouse, a couple blocks down the road, where evictions are done in LA County. And I would often sit and wait for my clients' cases to call. You would see other clients come up who did not have an attorney. They had no one in their corner. And they refused, didn't understand.
So what the fuck is the point of Right to Counsel if you have nothing to really counsel? Like, just because you get an attorney representation doesn't mean that, as far as
They've got a nasty new thing they rolled out where people, all homeowners are getting this letter from the city that they have to pay $32 to register their houses.
I see.
And
For what? Title registration or what? Just
they're saying that everybody's covered under the rent ordinance. Even houses that aren't RSO. So everybody's getting these letters saying that, okay, we're going to send you a bill for $32. And then they said, if you are occupying it or you're not renting it, you have to file an exemption. If you don't file an exemption, then you're going to get $32 plus a penalty. And they're sending these out to all these fucking homeowners.
Selling?
Ordinance as it's
In
written.
the house. So, anyway, they're supposed to be, one of my friends got one, I looked at it.
I was facing
What do I do with the next one? So he wanted to go online, do an account, file the exemption, so he doesn't have any problems. The website doesn't fucking work. I can't do it. So,
One of my sons was taken in under the ordinance 5150. I imagine some of you know what 5150 is.
every fucking homeowner except those, I think, that have a property tax homeowner's exemption. So
Fortunately, I found ATN,
they're
I
treating
found
every
Sage,
home
I've been Abdu, and I
that doesn't
found
have a
Awesome.
homeowner's exemption
Ellos
as
me
a
prepararon para
rental
tener
property.
mi caso.
So
They prepared
they're
me so I could
covering
get my
everybody, every house, every condo, no matter when it was built.
The same
So,
one that
you know, because I have an
happened in
RSO,
November
and
5th.
every fucking year I have to file paperwork for an exemption, because I have one little 400 square foot fucking little hole in the
Now I
wall.
think about those families that didn't
It's
have
an
the
apartment.
opportunity
Tool
to
shed.
have direction
Yeah.
and the
Fucking tool
counselor
shed.
had.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an apartment, because it has a toilet next to it, it's an apartment,
Let's see.
you know, but
Without,
$32 a year though.
having a lawyer to
Well,
defend their cases in court.
$32 is separate from RSO.
They will
Single family homes are getting
Wow.
rezoned. They've never had a problem.
Uh-huh, I
Then the
see.
fucking
I was
county
living under the
is
harassment
doing
of
the
my
same
landlord.
thing. So, up at where we have our property up north, the fucking county sent us one for that fucking property.
It was proven in court that he was
I
lying.
registered it 3 years ago when I started. I filed the exemption. So now, they're fucking pissed. They fucked themselves because now we were
And I want you
paying
guys to put
commercial
yourself
rates
in my
for
shoes, what
sewage.
it would be like to be
They
facing unjust
classified it as
eviction
single
without
family.
legal
I see.
counsel to
So
help you
I
defend your
filed
case.
what they asked me to do,
Right.
and they granted me the exemption, and then they had to refund me back
I am a
$800
single
on my
mother
sewer
of
charge.
3 kids, and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
depend on
I
government
refiled,
assistance.
and they're holding it up. Pending.
I've
They
worked
will
for
give it back to me.
to defend
So
myself
I'm
in
telling
court
them,
through my
okay,
own choice.
it's pending, but when I get the tax bill, I still want residential.
I see.
Not running. So they fucked themselves. They said, and by the way, it increased the property value because
So what happens
they
to those
now,
families that don't have the
it has dual
opportunity to
commercial
prepare themselves
residential.
for a case?
We're only have
Interesting.
commercial.
Yeah,
Because they
interesting.
don't know if they don't have the
Interesting.
opportunity.
They held it.
Full ones, right?
I want to thank
Their
you,
own,
Councilmember
their own bureaucratic processes fucked them over.
for promoting right to counsel, and that's it.
Now this letter,
Your name and
You
the
don't-
items you're
Yeah, I
speaking
just don't
on.
understand what they're even voting on specifically on this motion for a right to counsel.
if you're an eviction,
Yeah, don't you default
My name is Tomasa Martinez.
on an eviction
And what items are you
case
speaking
are entitled to counsel? And that's entitled to you by the U.S. Constitution, your right to counsel.
no, you don't have a right to counsel or law for the town. Not constitutional.
Soy
So
inquilino y
when you
vivo en
get
el
the
distrito
eviction
14.
papers, it's a very short time, like 5 days, you have to file your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Apoyo
But
firmemente una
are they giving
ordenanza.
you counsel at that stage?
I see.
Or are
Okay.
they giving you counsel on the day of the
On the
hearing?
right after you've been evicted.
If you go to the hearing and you didn't file your fucking answer, you're in default.
Yeah. I follow. Okay, that makes sense.
And by the way, does the landlord have a right to counsel?
Yeah. This is just for tenants. This motion specifically is for tenants.
Somebody should sue the city under equal protection.
For,
Why aren't you giving mom and pop
right.
Having
the
the
right
right
to
to defend
counsel?
another
Right,
city
I agree.
will show
I would
to
agree.
help
I agree.
address
That's
the
just
city's
fucking,
budget
that
and
makes
lower
sense.
costs.
Prevenir la falta de vivienda y reducir el número de desalojos.
So, did you ever find out, or
Oh yeah, I found out. For sure.
did you find out?
I'll show you afterwards.
But somebody went and told
No,
Heidi-
it's,
to Heidi
hold on, I'll mute it.
lot of these are fake names. Irma Lopez, Adam S. Okay, your name and the items you're speaking on. Sorry, speaker, go ahead.
My name is Tommy from LA Hands, and I'm a member, I'm a renter in City 14.
Okay, and what items are you speaking on today?
8.
Wonderful. You have 1 minute for the item, 1 minute
I'm
for the
discussing
public
item number 8 and giving general public comment in support of right to counsel. I strongly support the Southern right to counsel ordinance. I'm in support of the ordinance that's drafted. Right to counsel is up to cities across the nation that proves the
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
Just go.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if it's my Jenny from the block or Jenny from the block.
Anyone who says that housing crisis there
He's actually a lawyer, by the way, for what it's worth. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's an immigration lawyer. Yeah.
Stop using administration to high power. Erase people and cause a citywide genocide. I urge all city council members to vote yes on the right to ordinance.
Homeowners at meeting.
Right to council ordinance today. Thank you.
No, I hope so.
Go ahead, Peter.
William destroyed them on
Well, yeah, when he caught fucking Kyle McCauley, dude, that dude kept threatening to rape his fucking mom afterwards. He was literally making all sorts of social media posts, just like actively threatening rape.
right into his face.
Yeah.
And then he continued with the flex online. So he had to resign, I think. Well,
He's gone, so.
Bob kicked him, right?
Done. He's gone.
William Wilson.
He never does. He doesn't put people to court.
That's good.
Yeah, which I agree with. Yeah, I agree with.
It takes away from what he's trying to do.
Yeah. He always jokes about it. So like, there's this one Scientology guy that keeps following him anytime he walks down the Hollywood Boulevard, and it's because he won an anti-slap on him.
Thank you so much. Next
And this guy literally keeps running up to him. Literally keeps running up. He's like, "Hold on, William. Please drop it, please." He's like, "Joey, I'm gonna get a restraining order on you now."
Because you gotta pay the legal fees of the lawyer on those motherfuckers.
150 grand. It's a big chunk of change. Yeah, funniest part is Scientology actually dropped the guy after they found out how much he had to owe. They're like, "We're done. We're quitting as counsel. We're done."
We are all pushed to the edge of the city. I'm not, and I'm going to come time to come. We're all going to be in a bad situation. So we're asking, please vote for item 8 in favor. And help us all to have some counsel. Because at the end of the day, all the tenants, we vote.
Yeah.
A right to counsel for landlords too.
So please do your part.
I agree.
And furthermore,
I mean, because here's why that's a problem. When the tenants go forward, the judge is going to say, "This isn't fair. How can I rule on this? And I'm going to fuck you over if I do rule on it." It's going to be overturned just based on that fact alone.
They're gonna do all this.
Good afternoon, my name is Nicholas Santos. I'm discussing item number 8, giving general public comment. I'm an attorney with Services. For 3.5 years, defending tenants in unlawful container proceedings as part of the state House LA program.
One
Specific strongly support codifying right to counsel and support effective the ordinance drafted. In my time working with tenants, I saw firsthand massive
I'd been there
having
a
an
year,
attorney can make in
and
eviction
this
proceedings.
was the fourth time.
Today,
I tried
the
to-
overwhelming majority of landlords filing evictions have the door of visitation, while the majority of tenants fighting for their housing do not. This creates a huge imbalance of power and also
So,
often
yeah,
decides the case
and,
instead of the facts or the law.
so I went out.
Evictions are fast-paced and incredibly traumatic situations. No one should have to
My
fight for
guy
their housing
works
on their own. I'd like to share one example. A few years
Give me
ago,
another
I represented a tenant in successfully defeating an illegal eviction.
Or if you give
Less
them
than 6 months later, her landlord tried to evict her a second time. This time, her landlord quickly won a default judgment because she was not able to file an answer in time, even though the basis of the second eviction was also illegal. The only difference was that in the second case due
This
to
is how
not
much
able
time
to
do you
get a
need
lawyer
to
in
pack your
time
things up and
due to lack of available attorneys. Unfortunately, she did eventually connect with our office and we were able to assist her in working the situation out, but many tenants do not get that chance. Having a lawyer at your side is a difference between keeping your home and your
6 fucking months.
Right to counsel in cities across the nation has proven to save cities money and prevent homelessness and eviction. As well as thank Councilmember Roberts for leadership on this critical issue and urge all council members to vote for right to counsel work.
That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Yeah.
We got the U-Haul truck. I brought a couple of guys. We had that stuff out of there 2 days. Vacuumed the carpets. Touched and the guy wanted me to say, we just wanted to make sure he was happy. He didn't want any problems. There's a few to get 2 fucking years of free rent. I said, no, let's not in on that. No, let's try to
Yeah.
So
people just don't learn, man.
So I gave him the key. And I said, trust me, you wake up tomorrow morning, you're going to feel like he called me up, he says, yeah, I get it now. I says, your life begins now. Now, you know what to do.
I am in favor of this codified ordinance for the right to a representation.
Yeah, I bet.
The carpets were $500 for that fucking $2,000 deposit. I had it done at $900. So this is okay. The landlord can keep all but $100. This guy, and the judge sanctioned him. Dismissed his fucking case. And so he dismissed him. He moved in favor of my guy and ordered immediate eviction. So they had to go get a restraining order to stop it because he wanted him out in 5 days. He had commercial and everything. And my guy says, my media, look, we do full lockdown and keep the shit inside. I says, okay. I says, that's what we did. We locked them out. Yeah, all his equipment inside locked out. And then they had to make a deal to get the doors open and get the stuff out. So, I did both. I got one, mostly to this one. This is what I do. You're not on the side of anybody. And I says, when I go in, I prepare for war.
It is war.
Whatever side, if I'm fighting with Germany, if I'm fighting in the United States.
Court is war.
If it were World War II and Hitler hired me, I would do the best job for Hitler I could find. I would try to lock him out of Nuremberg fucking trial for free.
I don't want to be another person on the street. I've had my grandchildren, I've had my children. Thank you so much, Speaker, for your comments. Welcome, your name and the item you're speaking on.
Good afternoon, my name is Alex.
Yeah, I really do hope they address that because that's going to fuck them all over. If it's not landlord right to counsel as well, and just tenant, it's totally biased.
I'm not like they can do it themselves.
Yes.
Now you're forcing them to go to the council.
Yes.
And the fucking asshole tenant don't have to get fucking counsel. It's another $10,000 for the eviction process.
I don't know.
Mom and pops don't have money. They're gonna walk in with no lawyer. They're gonna get.
Well, I mean, think of it this way: how easy would it be to plant a fake tenant just to fuck with them? How easy would that be?
Simple as fuck.
Yeah.
You get some elderly guy.
Yeah.
That's old, a little bit, and they charge low rent, and you could go in there and bitch slap them on there. A single family home. You can live in there for 5 fucking years without paying rent.
Yeah.
I know some people that own small homes, they can't get the tenant out. They give up. They can't get the tenant out. So, I have a friend of mine, the tenant's been there for 5 years. How do I get him out? And I told him, I have a friend that handles that. And I said, okay. He's went to court 5 fucking times at Lancaster. And there's some kind of crooked judge there. That's what they tell him. about that. Out of the blue from the state bar, they fucking emailed me wanting to know to give an opinion about this particular commissioner. Things are heating up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved in that.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a legitimate claim though. Like.
And I'm not with that.
We were just talking for number 8. It's good that tenants have right to counsel.
I'm gonna call the names. We've called Cesar Galvez. Did you speak already? Bonnie Parker. Vilma? Okay, come on up. Yes. Your name and the items you're speaking on?
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Irma López, soy voluntaria comunitaria.
If they don't also put in the right to counsel for the landlord, what will happen is it will,
Sorry, what items are you speaking on?
judges will say this is completely favored and biased. If the landlord doesn't also have that same right, and you're forcing them to be self-represented, doesn't that seem like, I agree that they should have counsel, but the problem is if you exclusively leave it on just the tenant side, 100% the eyes of the judge, because they're bound by the law, they will say this is prejudiced. Why is it that one side only has the right to counsel and the other side is forced to be self-represented? If you just make it both ways, nobody cares.
And that's why there's courts.
And that's what I'm saying, it'll... It can backfire. That's all.
Conflict with the owners of the houses that we live in. We're asking you to use the ordinance so that we have better representation. Better legal representation.
Hey, what's up? We're good. We're on the homeless committee, housing and homelessness committee.
And these appointments are, they're 2 or 3 months out, you can't get in touch with them the minute that you need them.
No es posible que no tenemos el recurso para nosotros pagarles a estos abogados, necesitamos que nos apoyen con la ordenanza.
It's not possible for us to have the resources to be able to pay for these lawyers. We need you to support us by approving this ordinance.
Necesitamos más abogados, gracias, señor presidente.
We need more lawyers to represent us. Thank you.
Okay, great. And we have our final 3 speakers. Please make your way to the podium.
I'll wait. It's all good. I'll wait.
Sure?
Yeah. Because I don't know which way he's going to go. Sometimes he comes this way, sometimes he goes that way.
Well, it's supposed to go that way.
Oh, I know. I agree with you. He's supposed to do a lot of things.
If you sit there, you'll be forced to go the other way.
Yeah,
¿Por qué no me llamaron? Mi nombre es Eloisa Galindo y me anoté para hablar con
I have no idea. That's not up to us.
Galindo.
You can speak. Does she?
There's a kid who signed up but hasn't heard his name. Is it because it's full? Or just because do you know?
He's pretty good about that. Because, yeah, we're having the same.
Sí, tengo la misma pregunta para la persona que está conmigo.
Yeah. She was behind you.
Did you guys punch it in on the kiosk? Just okay, yeah. Just if that, then yeah, then she should have the
We're
loss.
trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They're gonna go check right now as to why that's the case. I think so because so many fake names are on there, so she's not sometimes sure, or she may have called names that people didn't hear. Sometimes that happens. Maybe she thought they were fake. I mean, if they're regular names, why would you think? Yeah. But they're gonna find it right now.
Obviously, fucking Steve Solberot, he's not gonna qualify for a free lawyer. He's the landlord for two reasons. One, he's a cocksucker, and two, he's a true bastard. But what about low-income landlords? Ones and retired people? People who are partially retired like myself.
Not necessarily in there, but yeah. Yes, sir. Excuse me.
Doing a wheelchair feed order. I don't know if she called him, but
We're doing that right now because a lot of people, because we noticed at least 6 or 7 people when she said last 3 were like, wait,
These are the last 2 speakers, and I apologize to everyone whose name wasn't called today, but we only have a limited time for public comment. Our last 2 speakers, please make your way to the podium. Your name and the items you're speaking on.
Yes, hi, it's agenda items, all, and general public.
Okay, you have 2 minutes and 1 minute. Go ahead. What's your name?
Yep, Henry, so I just want to jump straight to number 10 there. I see that we're talking about funding additional housing program. The issue I have here, first of all, was a CIS report solicited actively, and was it solicited in due time? And I see that one of our council members is not even listening to my comment. He's literally having a whole side conversation right now. How can you possibly be engaged in this meeting when I'm trying to talk to this committee and you're literally engaged in a side conversation? You're not paying attention. You were doing it to the other speakers too. It's not right. Are you paying attention, sir? Councilmember Blumenfield.
This is your time for agenda public
Can you verify that you're paying attention right now? Yes or no, please?
Public comment if you continue speaking about non-agenda items.
So as I was saying, on number 10, my question is, was neighborhood council feedback actively solicited or not? I see a CIS report was not submitted, and I know for a fact from the Board of Neighborhood Councils that they're not given enough time. The board has said so as on their own accord as well, and this is an active issue I keep coming back to over and over and over and over again. How can you possibly make any good faith votes on any motions if you're not soliciting actively the feedback of your constituents, which is, in part, a major part I might add, the neighborhood councils. I attend most of those more than you do. They know me better than they know you. Many of you don't even send your liaisons over there. Why is it that you get to even have a full salary if you're not even gonna go and actively solicit the voice of your constituents? You have all these people here today trying to make their voices heard, and you're cutting them off. All right? And you were not even paying attention to me. Absolutely absurd. Now, I want to move on to number 12 here, a motion directly by Councilmember Blumenfield and Rahman. We're talking yet again about options to address emergency renters assistance program. Where's the oversight in many of these programs? I know I'm on general public comment right now, but where's the oversight? We have a major corrupt racketeering case with the Inside Safe program. City controller himself, through the oversight that he provided alternatively, and you're still talking, I see that, you're not paying attention, hundreds of millions of dollars gone down the drain, only 300 people permanently housed, $500 million gone down the drain. Where the fuck has it gone? I'll tell you where it's gone. It's gone to line the pockets of the nonprofit businessmen that Mayor Karen Bass supports if you're a political affiliate. How are you supporting and trying to end homelessness if you're actively committing racketeering acts to defraud the public and use their money to line your special interest nonprofit groups? That's what these people are here to talk to you about. This homeless issue is because you guys provide no oversight. Your own city controller is saying so, and the city is broke because of it. $500 million gone down the drain, no oversight whatsoever, and your mayor refuses to cooperate with them either. Get a grip.
People speaking in the audience, if I continue to hear disturbances, your
These
first
dudes aren't paying
warning,
attention.
only warning, you will be asked to leave.
Pay the fuck attention.
Okay. Great.
It's ridiculous.
So I'm gonna recommend that we take the following items on consent. 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, and 13.
I'll show you the event I showed him earlier. You should come. I'll show you afterwards. I'll show you.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. You have questions on those 10 and 13?
Listen, on their own thing, it doesn't even show time limit, which means
8,
they're supposed to take everybody, and they're not. Correct. Every meeting is like that. Well, supposed to. Yes.
Under the discretion
I
of the
can't
chair,
hear you,
she
sorry.
can flip it from 1 minute to 1 minute, period.
Yep.
Even if it's
I know.
That is what you recommend?
I know.
That is what we will do?
I know.
Great.
She runs away when Will shows up in person, literally. All he wanted to do was ask a question. She literally booked it to her car. Like, full on Usain Bolt sprint.
Okay, great. All right, let's call a roll.
Insane.
Yes.
she saw me a little chocolate. She was like, "Freak."
Wonderful. Let's go through our appointments first, so that if our appointees are here, they can head home. Item 1, we can add that. Sorry, read that.
Item number 1.
Oh, brother. I'm gonna go talk to these guys. I'm gonna tell them what to do.
And Mr. Aguilar, are you here? Welcome. You join us at the table?
So I noticed they didn't give you guys time to speak. You can file, I'm not telling you what to do, but you can file a cure and correct if you want. So that's what it's called. I'm just gonna scoot out this way.
Administration with potential changes to HUD regulations. It may be figured out normal, so we're willing, grateful that you're willing to do it. Members, do you have any questions for Mr. Aguilar? Go ahead, Mr. Aguilar.
Mr. Aguilar. Thank you so much
Okay, guys.
for putting in having me.
I tried telling them what they can do. Talk about people having their noses up in there. I'm like, you could file a cure and correct, and they'll give you time. They're like, yeah, all right, buddy, go away. What fucking dipshits, man.
Everybody knows everything.
Fucking morons.
Okay, wonderful. If there's no other questions,
All right,
again,
well.
we're grateful for you. If you want to offer any remarks, you're welcome to. Just, if you don't mind pulling the microphone closer to you.
All right, well, I'm gonna head out. Do it. Yeah, I'll cut it off here. I'm cutting it off here. See you guys.